Storyblocks Audio.
Hi everyone, it's a wonderful day in Seattle. We're in a heat wave. It's 95 outside. As you can see, I'm over here lit as a brownie because I was rushing. But welcome back to the Shai Talk. It's a great episode. I have a great guest. I honestly did think this is my first time like meeting you in person. Am I tripping?
Second time we met in the Apple store. A while ago.
Well, it's my boy O'Shae. But it's all love. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, of course, thanks for having me.
Yes, this is episode 305. It seemed like the boys are taking over. You're like my sixth man guest. I'm like, God damn. Okay, we need to get the girls in.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming. We're gonna tap into it. I got some good topics we're gonna talk about. So just let the world know who you are, what you don't want to tell, and what you want to tell.
Okay.
This is your camera, by the way.
Bet. Okay, so I know where I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm O'Shea Barquet. I'm from Seattle, born and raised, Skyway to be exact. I'm an inner city kid. I love the hometown. I play basketball. I'm a college athlete. And I do a lot of other things outside of basketball. Just trying to diversify myself.
Period.
Just show people there's more to me than just me being able to put a basketball on a hoop. You know what I mean? So I think it's important that I showcase that, so people don't just think, oh, he's just O'Shea. Like, you just got to play basketball. Like, no, there's so many other things you can do. There's so many different lives you can live in one. So I think that's important to me, just trying to be that figure while also trying to make things pop for myself. But yeah, that's who I am, man.
Very chill.
Shai from Skyway.
Very chill. From Skyway, huh? Okay. So are you considered a South End head? I mean, that's okay, borderline.
So let's talk about that, right? So growing up, like, I always told everybody I'm from Skyway. I'm proud of that. You know what I mean? Everybody's from Skyway. All the Barquets damn near grew up and were raised in one household in my grandpa's house on 115th Street. So growing up, I used to always tell people, like, just because people didn't really know what Skyway was. And I feel like a lot, outside of the older folks, a lot of people didn't really claim Skyway. They were just like, I'm from the South and I'm from South Seattle, you know what I mean? Or I'm from Seattle. And so as a kid, to make things easier, I used to say I'm from South Seattle because my grandma lives on Orcas and my grandpa lives in Skyway 115.
Okay.
So it was kind of like I was always in the South End. So it's like, I'm a South End baby, you know what I mean? But as I got older, it was like my uncle's homie, he was like, my uncle called me, he was like, I think they was a little tipsy though. They just on my phone being loud,
Yeah.
But shout out my Uncle Romeo.
Yeah.
But he was like, man, where you from? Like, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, what you talking about?
Yeah.
Where you from? I'm like, bro, I'm from Seattle. Like,
yeah.
He was like, nah, man, where you from specifically? Where we from? Where we grew up? I'm from Skyway. Like, Then his homie got on the phone, and then Dub was like, so look, bro. He was like, you from the South End? You from Skyway? I was like,
what's the difference?
I said, what do you mean?
Yeah.
It's like, are you from Skyway? Or are you from the South End?
Yeah.
He was like, I feel like it kind of, I forgot the street he said, but he was like, I feel like it was like a little bit like a block past Fletcher. He was like, after that, it kind of cuts off, and you in Skyway now.
Yeah, I mean, y'all.
And I was like, And I was like, okay, I'm from Skyway then. Like, you know what I mean? If we have to split the two, then I'm from Skyway.
Period. Hey, I love how you represent. Hey, I've always said I'm from the CD. Period. Like, 24th and Jackson. That's my spot. That was my grandma's spot. I basically lived there. Like, that's where I'm from. I have no judgment against anybody from the South End. We're all family. We're all from the same city.
Definitely.
So I love that you represent that. Well, okay, that kind of dives into your principles and your morals, because we was talking about what we wanted to talk about. But before we get into that, so we have a lot in common. So I love how you say you want to be known more than basketball.
Yeah.
When did that become instilled in your mind? Because a lot of people are really there's people older than me that still think basketball is everything, and it's it's over, or it's you got to do a different route.
Yeah. I would say it started out when I was young, but it was kind of before my comprehension. And what I mean by that is my mom, my grandma, my dad, just my peoples around me. They always instilled in me that you can be and you can do anything. And before I picked up a basketball, I was a skateboarder.
Oh.
I was the only kid in the hood skateboarding. Like, my cousin used to come up to me like, why you riding that skateboard? Only white boys skateboard.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, and me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was like, I was never really scared to do my own thing, but there were so many different things I would do. I would go outside and skateboard when I was young. Scrape my knees all up, come inside, then I'm drawing.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing this now, but I'm doing different things. I'm not really doing what everybody else is doing, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think my dad had, I started playing Little League football for the Ravens, like Rainier Ravens, when I was like,
My cousin played for Rainier Ravens. That's a spot. Shout out to them. Yeah.
For sure. Shout out to them. And so we had a nasty team, man. That team was crazy. But I played up. I didn't know. I was playing like up 2 years, a year or two, and I didn't know. My dad just kind of threw me in there, you know.
Look.
And so I was really good at football. I was just a natural athlete, you know what I mean? And then I think I played for a couple years. I got really good at it. Then my dad ended up passing away when I was 12 or 11, excuse me. And then after that, I picked up a basketball because I knew he wanted me to play basketball. And then going into middle school, I kind of just like focused solely on basketball. I used to get in a lot of trouble as a kid, you know what I mean? Especially after like losing my dad, because it was like there's a lot of grief and I didn't really know what to do. Yeah. And I actually spent a lot of time in the CD, like, because my cousin Jamari lived out there a lot. Shout out to Mari. And we used to be out there. We used to hang out, get into a lot of trouble, and play a lot of basketball. And so I kind of fell in love with that. But I never, even in the midst of all of that, I never really fell out of love with the things I used to do before all the chaos hit. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
good.
I love skateboarding. Like, I used to love how skateboarders dress. That's where the fashion inspiration comes from and all that. You know what I mean? And so there's just so many things that I liked outside of sports. You know what I mean? I was never just O'Shea the basketball player. I didn't pick up a basketball till like 6th, 7th grade. You know what I mean?
Late.
Yeah, super late. Like,
yeah.
And the reason I got better at basketball is because I got tired of people beating me. Like, coming to middle school and you know what I mean? There's this guy named David McNair, right? Shout out my guy David. You know, I hope he's doing good. But David used to kick my ass at lunch, like in gym time. And there was this one time in PE, he made me fall in front of the whole class.
The ankles.
Swear to God, he made me fall.
Yeah, that's gonna get you.
And after that, I was like, nah, I gotta come back better. And then that's when, like, I think Baby Boy was like in his junior year.
Oh yeah.
In high school, and that was like the midst of the beach hype. I used to go to their games. And
wait, pause. How old are you?
I'm 21.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought you were older.
No, I'm 21.
But that's a good thing. Maturity is, yeah. Okay, because I'm
sure.
like, wait, why are you like, okay. Now I can visualize where you're at. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was a young bull when he was, you know, still. So, and then going to those games and seeing how packed they were and how lit they were and how much love they got and just the things they're doing on the court. Like, I remember going to a game when I think it was like Shaquan Aaron's senior year and Baby Boy's junior year, and I think that's the year they went undefeated, went to the Nationals, whatever. But they had a game where they played prep, and that's when I feel like every team in Metro was good, you know. And so watching that game, I was like, yeah, bro, I love like the energy, just everything that was flowing through. I was like, I want to play basketball. Yeah. And so I think that's where that came about. But just getting older and then realizing that I love basketball, but it's like I don't play basketball all day. Like, there's things I love to do outside of basketball, and I feel like it's important to have that awareness and know that, because if you don't, you allow yourself to get boxed in. I'm just this, I'm just that, you know what I mean? I'm just a football player. Like, I can only be a doctor. Like, I'm just a painter. I'm just a, you know what I mean? Like, nah, there's so many different things you can do. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that, you go to my Instagram sometimes, you don't even know I play basketball.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I mean?
That for sure.
And so I kind of love and hate that at the same time, because like basketball is how I'm gonna feed my family outside of a lot of other things. So I want people to know me for that as well. Right. But it's like there's just a lot of other things I do. There's people that meet me and they don't know me as O'Shea the basketball player. They're like, every time I see O'Shea, you got a fly fit on. Yeah. Every time I see O'Shea, I can have these type of conversations with them. They don't even know I play basketball. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like that's important, because like, you don't gotta just live one life and your one life, you know what I mean? You can be and do so many other things in just the life you have. And so I feel like it's good to push that message out there, like, instead of just people being like, oh, I love this, but I can't really do it as much because I play basketball or I play football. You can do whatever you want to do, you know what I mean?
Whatever you want to do. Yes, I live for that. I live for that, because I've been lately on just doing what I want to do. I've stopped playing basketball sophomore year. Yeah. And I left just for a lot of other reasons. The coach at the time was not it, and she just tried to, it was just too much. But I fell in love with track. I didn't start running track till high school. Yeah. So, and once I realized, I was like, oh, I'm good at this, and it's an individual sport. I ain't gotta
Yeah, you don't got to do
you know, I'm on my own terms, stuff like that. And so doing what you love is always going to make your heart happy, because there's a lot of people I know that have regret. And living with regret, that's a lot. And so, yeah, that's dope. I hope everyone is listening that, you know. Yeah. So, like, you've also spoke about, like, your dad passing.
Yep.
You know, and so I'm kind of in that boat right now with my mom.
Yep.
You know, so it's about to be a year in a couple of weeks. So, you say you were 11.
Yep.
And how life-changing that was for you.
Yep.
Because it sounded like to me your dad was very, like, instilled in your life until that time.
I was my superhero before I even... picked up a skateboard, a basketball. What you want to be when you go there? I want to be my dad. Like, you know what I mean? So like, he was everything to me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know that your father, before he left, instilled some morals and principles. You know, that's our first topic we're gonna talk about today.
For sure.
How much is your morals and values mean to you? Just for who you are.
Yeah. I feel like they mean everything to me. You know what I mean? They keep me in check. They keep me sane. Like, they help me navigate through life, my everyday life. And so I feel like they're like the second most important to me, if not third, outside of God. And so I got to stand on my principles no matter what situation, no matter who's in front of me, what's in front of me. I have to. Yeah. So it's got me this far. I don't see why I would, you know.
Yeah, because I want to get messy, but I'm not. Because, you know, we have a lot of people in our generation that really don't think that way. And I don't know, that it's not my place to judge, obviously, because it's not my life that I live. But I'm very particular who's around me. My morals and my values mean a lot to me as well, just as a woman. Obviously, women have more of, like, double standards.
Right.
And I don't know if that was something that my mom instilled in me. It was just like, you want to make sure, like, if anybody speaks on Shai, like, you can't say nothing. Like,
right.
The past friends, you can say I probably talk shit. You could probably say that I've cussed you out, or I've done this and that and the third, but you've never heard my name of, like, messing with someone I'm not supposed to be messing with, or creating a negative environment, or my name is in the streets. Like, I take that real heavy, because I'm like, I don't want no damage to my name. Like, that is everything to me. Credibility is everything to me. So, like, what is your thoughts on people whose morals is not, I want to say match yours, because everyone has their own.
Right.
But there is certain things, like, for example, like, just respect. Like, when you see people who don't follow that code, like, how does that make you feel? Or, like, what if, like, a friend of yours valued that? How would you react to that?
Like, if a friend of mine wasn't on that same type of time? Yeah, first of all, I probably wouldn't have any friends like that. Once I identify that, it's like, you're not a friend of mine. You know what I mean? Like, before I touch on that, the way I look at people is either, like, I think I started putting, like, kind of an idea or, like, a concept to this a few years ago, but I look at people like you're either an asset or a liability. You know what I mean? Because I realize not everybody's a friend. Even if they are a friend, like, everybody brings a different type of value to you, or they don't bring no value to you at all. So it's like, outside of family, even family, I look either asset or a liability, because there's a lot of family I don't. You may see me when, you know, like, your family get-togethers, but we don't need to hang out outside of that. I love you, but what am I? And at the end of the day, I don't mind doing for people, but I'm gonna do more for you than you're gonna do for me. And at the end of the day, that's not gonna get me where I want to get. Right. You know what I mean? But the way I look at that is again, it's a judge-free zone. I don't really like to judge people, but at the end of the day, I don't need to be around you, because you live in a completely different world than I do. And I'm gonna waste my time and breath. Like, I'm wasting air, like Nip said. I'm trying to explain that to you. You're not even gonna comprehend it, because it's not what you're on. You know what I mean? Like, I've tried it. I've had conversations with people, past friends, past relationships. Like, how do you not understand? Like, oh, they're trying to deflect or, like, talk about this, but I'm like, it's not really about that. It's about the principle. The respect factor. That's what's lacking. That's what's missing. You know what I mean? And so for a while, I tried to play God and help people understand that, and preach it a little bit, and be around people a little more, so they can I can rub off on them a little bit. But no, that was taking a lot of me. It was draining, and I wasn't getting anywhere with them. Like, they weren't really understanding that. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I feel like living like living on certain principles and having a moral code, like it keeps you in check. You know what I mean?
Right.
It helps you avoid a lot of sucker shit too. So it's like you can avoid a lot of the BS and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my name is everything to me. You're not finna tarnish my name or be like, oh yeah, O'Shea. I'm not finna put myself in those situations because I like a principle or a moral code that I stand on or believe on. Like, you know, like I get love out here. You know what I mean? People love and respect.
Because I've never, you know, like I just posted a reel yesterday about like I don't allow anybody on here. Like I'm not just letting anybody on here with me.
Right.
And a lot of people liked it, and a lot of people just really kind of like, well, what is that supposed to mean? I'm just like, if no one's gonna learn by watching this episode, we ain't talking. Exactly. Like it's just not. My name is not about to be attached to something. Like, no, it's just because. I mean, season 1, it was like a fun hobby and it was rushed. So you know, I was just trying to get different people.
Right.
And when I was looking back on it, and there was like one episode. I'm not gonna call it the episode. There was one episode.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's great. The person is just giving. Just gems and just it was a great episode. Then like a couple months passed by and someone came to me and was like, yeah, Shai, I can tell you didn't know this, that, and the third because you just look lost on camera. And I'm like, oh, you had me looking dumb on camera. Like, you can't. No, like not here.
Right.
Not here. So I definitely respect that when it comes to moral code and like, for example, right? So I want to know your 2 cents because I feel like I'm safe to talk about this.
Yeah.
Okay. So something happened yesterday with me and I called my cousin because I needed like more insight. Yeah. You know, I know who to call to have a rational conversation. Not a homie that's just going to tell me what I want to hear. Like I need to hear.
You don't need no yes man.
Yeah. I called 3 different people. Oh, there was this dude. He's been trying to get at me, but I'm like, no, because I used to rock with your homie. I stand on once you rock with one homie, you cannot touch the others. Like that's just me. I don't care as long if you have at least 2 links attached, or if I know y'all seen each other at least more than 4 times a year. No, I can't do it. This Negro straight up said, what that got to do with me? I said, oh. Okay. Well, one, if you're gonna treat your dog like that, I can only imagine what you're gonna treat a female.
Yeah.
2, oh, you're bold. You're going in. So I'm like, absolutely not. Like I stand on that. Plus you're like talking about just like my crib, that's my sanctuary. Like you gotta be
absolutely
like when we walk up in here, it's a godly home. Look, like I'm not letting anyone in my home or anything like that. Or it's just like people really like don't value earning their spot or like earning your time. Yeah. Like it's not that quick. Like everyone just want to get linked up and you know and soul ties and all that. Like no, I'm not doing it. Sorry. Yep. She was like, Shai, like no, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, because it's like it's not like they hang around all the time. And I'm like, I get what you mean, but absolutely not. And she was like, well, Shai, you're not even that type of girl to be having your name in the streets like that anyway as a homie hopper. Like, Shai, we never heard your name by anything. Yeah. Call my god brother. He stand on what I said. He said, fuck no, Shai, don't do that. Right. And then I called my cousin. She was like, well, Shai, I didn't even know. Sure, what the hell? Yeah. I don't know anything. But she was like, no, I stand on it. So, like, for that example, what do you think about that?
Cool. I mean, first I would say it depends on like the relationship between the two men. You know, like
right.
That's a important factor. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's a respect level that comes with it. There may be a dude out there that I'm cool with, I'm cordial with, but that doesn't mean any girl that you mess with is off limits to me. Because based on the strength of our relationship, I don't really know you that well. Right. There are some guys where I had a situation maybe a few years ago where a girl wanted to get involved with me. She liked me, not loving. She liked me. Excuse me. She liked me. Yeah. And she expressed that, you know, and I told her, I was like, you know, you're cool peoples. We got a lot in common, but respectfully, I can't indulge because of the relationship that I had with your previous dude. Yeah. We're not the closest, but there's enough love and respect to where it's like I'm not gonna put myself in that type of situation. You know what I mean? So it really depends. It depends on the two men and their relationship, right? And also the principle they stand on, right? Right. Like for example, my best friend Jermaine, my best friend group consists of like maybe like 4 or 5 people. You know what I mean? And so my cousin Adonis, my guy Jermaine, my man's Omari, my guy Diaz. You know, anybody they look at, I'm not going that way.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I'm not finna. At the end of the day, like, our relationship and our relationship between each other is built on like 3 solid pillars. You know,
right?
That trust factor, that loyalty, and respect factor.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna break any 3 one of those for
Period.
what, like,
Period.
for a girl that could. People can feel, man or woman. You know, you can wake up and love somebody. The next day, you can wake up and I really don't want to talk to you or see you at all. Like, why would I risk that for like what I built with them? You know what I mean?
Friends. Yeah.
And so that's how I really feel about it.
Yeah, I love what.
My bad. But then again, what I also realize is I kind of laugh at this because it's like I feel like a lot of things come with like time and age, and people just stop caring a little bit. But I think this is more common amongst the older like generation. Some with the young too. You see it a little bit, but. For example, like, not even to be, I don't feel like this is being weird because it's reality, you know, but there's different people that, like, there's groups of people and they're cool, but maybe dude A had a baby with woman A, but so did dude B, but they're all cool.
Right.
But that's their same baby moms.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like they used to mess with each other heavy in their early 20s, but now I'm with her in our 30s. Like,
right.
You see that a little bit, you know what I mean? So I think I feel like, I don't know. I think as
it
long
depends
as you go
on the
about
situation.
Yeah, really.
Yes. And that's what I was saying. And I'm like, if I'm rocking with anybody, like, it might just be a girl thing too. Ladies, if you hear me, you hear me. We clock everything. Like, if I'm interested in somebody, I need to know who is what, because if it gets to that point, like, no. Like, and I think I was just so baffled because that's never happened to me, of like someone saying that ain't got nothing to do with me. And I'm like, you should respect the fact that I'm even standing on what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of girls that would be like, fuck it. Like,
they don't care. What that got to do with me? Exactly. That's
yeah,
what
like,
say.
I'm not doing it because I swear. And I was like, well, he was like, well, I didn't even know about it. You really didn't even have to tell me. I was like, no, because let's say if I did, I don't want no miscommunication. I've been said what I said at the beginning. And you're just taking it too far. I'm just like, no, because I have too much respect for the dude that I used to talk to. We're good friends now. And I know that you be around it. I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I'm not
want to make it weird.
Yeah, no. We can't do that. No. I was like, So I'm like, I'm hearing it. But I'm like, no, we can't do that. So, kind of attached to, okay, I heard loyalty, trust, and accountability.
And respect. Yep.
Okay, speaking of accountability, like, I remember we was, texting about it too, of like how people, like, do you have trouble having difficult conversations about that factor?
Oh.
Like just on principles, like if one of your friends did mistakenly cross that line or something like that, are you okay with having difficult conversations?
Yeah, especially within my inner circle. I think with anybody, but I think that's just security I have with myself. Like there's no such thing as an awkward conversation with me or a hard conversation. I'm gonna have it. You know what I mean? So it's like, especially if it's necessary. You know?
Yeah.
I think it's more so. Like I always tell people all the time, like it's only awkward if you make it awkward, especially with me. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm not gonna sit here and make it awkward. Like I'm gonna sit here and have a thorough conversation with you about whatever it is. And so, but with my immediate inner circle, like we get on that quick because we know what leaving that unattended to could do. You know what I mean? So it's like, no, if there's something weird, like even if we feel it, even if it doesn't get to that point yet or can, we had that conversation. You know what I mean? We talk it out. I think it's more so harder to have those type of conversations with people outside of my circle because, like you said, not everybody has the same principles and moral code that they believe in, and so it's kind of harder to have that conversation because of the lack of competence in that area, I would say. You know what I mean? So
or people like to play victim.
Exactly. And
it's like,
what's crazy is this is a gym my dad left me with, you know, and I kind of like, I didn't even know my dad left me with this. He used to say this to me a lot.
Look,
as a kid.
Parents be leaving gyms and it don't hit till years later. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I said it so clearly too to somebody, and I was like, damn, who told me that? Yeah, that sounded like my dad's words. I was like, nah, that was him. Like, and so I remember too. We're one of the Skyway houses right down the street from Denver Middle School, and so I'm in the house with him, and when I was young, my dad was the only person I used to go to about girls, like especially in elementary school. I couldn't talk to my mom about it. You know what I mean? I couldn't do it. And so I used to always talk to my dad about it. And I remember I had a situation in 4th grade where I was low-key dating a girl. You know what I mean? 4th grade. And I remember I came back to school and I thought everything was all good, and then she ended up messing with another dude, or like getting.
Oh, broke your little heart.
Man, I was confused. I was so confused, and I was so young, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, Then I was like a little frustrated about it. I remember telling my dad, like, bro, how'd she do that? Like, what? And then they kind of acted like it was nothing, like, you know. And he was telling me, he was like, but what I would say is, even as a fourth grader, that girl did come to me and tell me, like, hey, look, like, I kind of like this guy a little more. This is the direction I'm going in.
Uh-huh.
So even though I was young, like, she still did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
and there's girls my age now and older that wouldn't do that to this day. And so, but basically the gym that my dad left me with, he was kind of laughing at it. You know what I mean? He was like, listen, son. He was like, one thing I'm gonna tell you is, if somebody decides to give you the truth, you have to respect it. No matter if you like what you're hearing or not, whether you want to hear it, you have to respect it, because they decide to give you the truth instead of wasting your time. And so when I have conversations with people, especially conversations like that, I tell them, like, no matter what it is, like, don't protect my feelings. Like, if you give me the truth, I have to respect it. That's just what I stand on, what I believe in.
Yeah.
Like, I may not like what you're saying in the moment, but I'm gonna still love and respect you for you giving me the truth. You deciding to do that rather than just letting me live in a fantasy world, or you lying to me or wasting my time. I remember telling somebody that, and I was like, damn, I just said some shit. Like,
that's a real moment.
You know,
that's gonna be a real
said
Instagram in a few minutes. I'm telling you that right now. What?
Come on,
what?
People need to hear that.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I'm not gonna lie. I had to learn that, like, in the recent years, like, especially like towards the end of high school, because I just never like thought of it of that way.
Right.
It took a long time for me to think rationally. I think that's also being rational in a conversation, because I'm not trying to hear all that. Like, bro, what are you talking?
Yeah.
Don't get out of my face. It's nothing to talk about. But you have to have a sense of patience and understanding.
Yeah.
To have that, and also it just shows how much that person respects you to tell you the truth.
Right.
So I definitely respect that a lot, because I don't know, it's real different. I remember just talking to my mom about, like, just how the generation is. She's just like, Shai, if we can go back in the time, back to 98, and if I can just think this is how life would be for you, I would have. She's like, because, like, they didn't have to deal with, like, social media and everybody knows everybody. Like, to them, you had to pull up to see somebody. Like, to them, you got to go to a phone booth and hit somebody. It's like, you always had to have conversations with people up front, so there's nothing to hide. Now you can hide behind a screen, and you can portray a certain way, or people think your principles are this and that and the third, and it's really not. Like, it's very
yeah, no, for sure.
Very,
like, I mean, I could, like, when I was younger, we didn't have social media at that like early, you know what I mean? Twitter and Instagram was becoming a thing. But
you have how many siblings you have? I remember meeting your siblings. They're so cute.
I have 8 in total. My mom,
Jesus Christ, I think I only met 4. Hold on, wait.
Yeah, no, that's my mom's side.
Okay.
And so my mom, she had quadruplets. Shout out to my mom. She's a superhero. I don't know how she did it, but you know what I mean? She had 2 twin boys and 2 twin girls.
Yeah, I remember.
I think those that's sweet, man.
I remember I was in the car with I said, both y'all twins.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus. Yeah. And then it was like, no, my brother's O'Shea. And I'm like, what? Small world.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, shout out to her. Because absolutely not. Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
okay.
She's a soldier.
Yeah. Love that for her. Blessings. Babies are blessings at the end of the day. You know? Okay. Yeah. O'Shea, you got me stuck. I think this is the first time I've ever been stuck.
It's all good.
Well, so what is something when you do have kids later on, or whenever you want that, what is something that you want for them to, like, stand on or, like, understand?
Yeah.
Like, just how your dad gave you that gym and it didn't clock in your head until years later. What is something that you want your kids to, like, instill in their body, their heart?
Yeah. First, I want them to understand that there's nothing they can't do in the world. You know what I mean? Like, I want them to have that Kanye type of confidence. And so I think that's one thing I want them to, you know. Can we
explain a little bit more on Kanye a little bit?
Yeah. Let's talk about that,
so I know. Yeah.
And so what I mean by that, I mean, people obviously feel how they feel about Kanye. You know, I think Kanye is a genius in his own right. I obviously don't agree with everything he says or does. Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of conspiracies, whatever. You can choose to entertain them or not, you know. But I think, have you seen the documentary he had, the little docuseries he had on Netflix?
Yes. That was really good. It showed the true Kanye.
Exactly, and that's the type of, like, he had a clip where he was like, I think there's an interview, and he was like, somebody was like, where do you think where's this coming from? Why do you feel like that? The dude was like, why do you think you can do this? And like how, like, you know? And then Kanye was like, I think I can do what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like, I could stop rapping today and go to NBA. He was like, no, you can't. He was like, yeah, I can. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who are you to tell me I can't? My mom
he
told me
believed in himself.
My mom told me I can do anything. I want to stop playing basketball and go to the league today. I can do it.
Yeah.
I want my kids to be able to believe that. You know what I mean? And move off that type of confidence, because there's a sense of freedom that comes with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I want them to have that instilled in them. Like, there's nothing I can't do. Like, especially, like, I want them to be able to have their own sense of willpower and, like, self-belief to where it's strong enough to where they can have 100 people in the room telling them one thing and they can still stand on and believe in, or stand on what they believe on, and their self-belief, you know what I mean, and not be discouraged. And so, because that's how I am, so I want them to be that way, you know. I want them to be, how would I say this? I want them to give something, like, I want them to be people of value, of substance, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what it is or what you're doing, I want you to give people something to respect, you know what I mean? Because, like, you don't got no respect, people don't treat you like, they treat you like shit if they don't respect you, you know what I mean? So it's like, even if you're not around a bunch of people, just be somebody of something, you know what I mean? Some type of substance, have some type of value to you, you know what I mean? Like, so, but yeah, I want them to be truth tellers, you know. I want them to hopefully, like, I want them to have, like, a greater sense of emotional intelligence. You know, I feel like that's very important. And I want them to be just well-rounded individuals, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I just want them to be good people, whatever that looks like in their right, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, that's a crazy question. I can't even think about raising kids right now. Like, I'm stuck. Like, how would I even, you know what I mean?
Look, I got so many nieces and nephews at this point.
Man, shout out to all the young fathers.
Yeah, shout out to the parents, because Shari can't right now.
Yeah.
Not right now.
I couldn't imagine having no kids. That's just crazy.
Not right now. I want to live my life a little bit more and get my life established first before the children come. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
No, I respect that. Heavy on the emotional intelligence for sure. Especially in the Black community. We need to heavy into that, because we're just so, like,
it's lacking today.
All the time. And we got to have some emotional connection with people.
It starts in the household. You know what I mean? Because that's something we don't talk about. It does start in the household. Like, even today I realized, like, just seeing certain parents and how they are, like, even, like, being in their early 30s, late 40s, whatever the case may be in their age, like, they still lack a little bit of that emotional intelligence. You can kind of see it if you pay attention. You know what I mean? Like, you can have a conversation with your mom or dad, and they may not hear you. They may snap on you because they don't know how to respond, or they're not listening to really hear you out and understand what you're trying to say. They might just be quick to, oh, this makes me feel like that. So I'm gonna react this way just because of how I feel right now, rather than just hearing what you're trying to say. You know what I mean?
It's crazy you spoke that up, because one of these past episodes I did speak about that. Like, that one thing I want to give my kids the opportunity to speak. Yeah, that's important. Because if I teach them how to speak in a respectful way, we can have a conversation. Because I remember times when my mom, I'm not about to be arguing back and forth with you. You stay in the child's place, like, girl, bye. And it's like, Mom, listen to me. Like, I may not be right. But right now, you're not right either.
Yeah, just hear me out.
Just hear me out. And, you know, my mom was just, you know, look, she raised me by herself, so I only can imagine what tough skin she had to put on.
Right.
Dad wasn't around, so she had to do what she had to do. And I am forever grateful, because I think she, you know, I'm a beautiful, upstanding woman now. And so I give that all to her. But there was just times where I'm just like, Mom, I used to joke with her, like, Mom, I am not a boy. Like, if I'm crying, Shari, tighten up. I'm not about to hear that. Tighten up. Like, we don't got time to be crying. Like, don't. Girl, get out my face. I'm about to slam the door in your face. Like, no. And I don't want to give that to my kids, because that sometimes come off as toxic. You don't really know that you can be in a toxic environment. It's not just about hitting or being physical or anything like that. You can be in a toxic environment by just how the sense of the room is, the energy. I really am really big on energy as well. And you know, it's funny that you say that. Oh God, why is my job calling me? I'm off work. Okay. But oh my God, damn, I just lost my train of thought. I was about to hit something real cold.
Yeah, you got it. Let's go.
me. No, what I was saying was, God damn it. It's gonna come back.
Yeah,
it's gonna come back.
All good.
But I mean, yes, emotional intelligence for sure. Also, I want to instill myself as well. Back to what I say, I got it. I'm learning that now.
Yeah.
When you was just saying that there's people in their 30s, 40s and still really don't get it. Like, I have been getting, like, pushback a lot from a lot of adults in my life of how I just stand on, like, I'm not dealing with those antics.
Right.
Like, that's a generational thing I want to, like, let's hit it right. Because I can't. Like, it's emotionally draining, number one. Number two, it's not going to benefit me. My mental health is everything. So, like, if I'm wasting my breath trying to tell you how I feel, I'm validating everything you're saying. I try to make sure when I talk to people, I want to listen to their perspective.
Right.
You know, because having critical and emotional conversations can always help the situation. And if I've been big on right now too, with just anybody in general, is like, if we get into it or we have to talk about a conversation, at the end of the day, on my end is always gonna be love. Yeah. So you can beef all you want. Right. You can stand on all you want. Keep that over there though. Yeah. But with me, I'm gonna always show you love at the end of the day. Like, you can't, like I said, you can't say nothing bad about me, because I've never, whether we fall out now, I'm not gonna talk mess about you. Mm-hmm. I'm not about to be telling this, that, and the third, or trying to block your blessings. Like, that's no blessing is gonna come back to me.
Yeah, I'll remove myself if I'm blocking your blessings.
I'm the only child. I'm really good at being on my lonesome. It's not a problem for me. I can be in the crib in silence and I'm good. I'm groovy. So it's just like, I wouldn't say it in a bad way. I don't need people, but it's like, in order to be myself though, I don't need no one to tell me how to do that. Yeah. Like, I know I got some working to do. I know that there's things that I can learn and there's things that I can get better at for sure. Right. And with people around me that are genuine about it, I can, improve in that. But, like, you're not going to tell me how to be Shiree. Like, right. You're not. Like, it's just not.
No, I'm definitely not going to listen to somebody I can't respect.
Or take advice from.
Yeah.
Whoa. Like,
I don't want to be where you are. I don't want to be you. You know what I mean? No disrespect, but.
Yeah. And also, it's crazy that you said that. She called me twice. Jesus Christ. I hope I didn't get fired. Yeah. Did I get fired? No, it's like, I didn't get fired. Yeah. So, like, what is your, I asked you, so you'll be in 5 years. Are you fresh 21?
I turned 21 in April 2nd. So
you're Aries?
Yep.
Should have known. Okay. So in 5 years, you'll be 26. Jeez.
Crazy.
5 years, I'll be 30. Golly. What is your plans? What's the goals that you want to reach by then?
Man, by then, 26, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be getting paid to play basketball. I don't have no doubt in my mind about that. So I'll have that set. I think that'll be a grind, wherever that looks like. God's in control. But I'll definitely be getting paid to be playing basketball. I think I'll be able to have a little more wiggle room to kind of entertain other things in my life in terms of my other interests and passion as well. You know what I mean? I think my siblings are 13. They'll be just getting into college. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so just making sure they're set and they don't really, like, it's a smooth transition for them. You know what I mean? Making sure there's not a lot of pressure on my mom. Like, sending quadruples to college is kind of crazy,
Yeah.
Not saying they all have to go to college. We live in a world where it's like you can really do or be anything you want outside of a doctor and things of that sort without a degree. You know what I mean? So, but honestly, I believe in my siblings, man. They're all so special in their own right. I feel like my mom's not even, me or my mom, we're not even going to have to come out of pocket for them to go to school if that's what they choose to do. Like, they're so special. Like, I feel like I truly believe that, and I think they're just going to do something great, and by the time they're 18, you know what I mean? I can see it. And so, but yeah, by then, man, 26, who knows if I'll have a family by then? I don't know. I'm not rushing or chasing anything. Whatever happens, like I said, I'm on God's timing. So
yeah,
but I think I'll definitely be somewhere in the world, happy, at peace, just doing what I love.
I respect it. I love that for you. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
I already talked to God about it.
Yeah, God's willing. Come on now. Look, I stand on what I said. I've been saying this for 3 seasons. Okay? I'm going to do what makes me happy. Still working with kids. I feel like that was just something that was brought to my lap. I never in a million years would have thought working with kids was my thing.
Yeah.
As much as they get on my nerves every day. You see me, I be going off of them kids.
Yeah.
But
funny.
I feel like I was placed in their world for a reason, and I'm starting to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, you know, even if it's not in the educational world, I think there needs to be young people like me and you to be involved, because they're so exposed to a lot of things, and there's not enough guidance from the right people around them.
Oh my God, I had a conversation with somebody today about that. I've had a conversation with the same person for like the past 3 days about this, like just the lack of figures, like, and examples and role models in the community. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like,
there's
oh my God.
There's a good amount, but there may not. I feel like it's limited. You know what I mean? Like, there's not really. Some of them are closer in the community, but not all of them. Right. So the ones they do have access to are not really maybe the most respectable or the most. You know what I mean? So they may be guided in the wrong direction.
Right.
know?
And there's some people who did made it out or became successful that unfortunately just kind of forgets about their background. It's like, no, you're supposed to like pay for it. You're supposed to, you know, help the next generation up, because I'm literally scared.
Yeah.
This next generation is who? Jesus.
Yeah, I don't. And the influence aspect is so like. Influence. I'm all for inspiration, but like. Yeah. Inspiration, like the influence is so strong, especially with social media. Like, you got kids becoming something they're not because it's what Instagram told them to be, or what they see on Instagram and what has a bunch of likes and a bunch of shares. And that's scary to me, because like you're not even giving yourself the opportunity to really find out who you are. Granted, you're young, but still, like, it's like this is getting a hold on you early, to where it's like, will you ever find out who you actually are, what you love outside of
or it's
you know,
like I can't speak on everyone's household, but I know from my household, my mom sheltered me in a way of what I did. I don't need to see that.
Yeah.
Like, and I think a lot of kids, they're so exposed to a lot of things in their household that they think is right, and it's like, no, like there be kids at like my school, rocking Montclairs and wearing a ski mask, sagging their pants.
Is different.
At 3rd grade, I said, sir, it was the see-through Air Forces for me.
Yeah.
Okay, at this age, like
the white polo and
look, Chuck Taylors. You're wearing
khakis.
Aeropostale. You're that girl wearing the North Face. You're that guy. Like
heavy on the North Face. Yeah.
Now, you know, or they're getting caught with like hookahs now and vape pens, and I'm like,
my little sister, my little sister Janiyah was telling me about this. One of her little friends, you know, and she was like, man, we go to lunch, she be in the bathroom smoking weed. I'm like, you in 6th or 7th grade.
And I'm not saying that didn't happen when I was, you know, when we were younger, but like,
it's way
more like like all of them are doing it, or it's like the way they talk, or the way they look. There was many people in my high school and middle school era who was talking crazy to the teachers. Yes, we've seen it, but like now, like they're putting hands on teachers, and they're doing. It's like,
there's people out here doing what they want with no consequence.
Yeah, so I just know my thing is I want to be able to become a positive enforcement in their life. A huge mental health advocate, because I feel like everyone, young to old, we have trouble with that, you know, and allowing kids to speak and not having negative energy around them, because I feel like there's some people, I'm only basing because that's what I work in, educational world, who just here for the money. Like, you have to be more than a teacher, you have to be more than a counselor, you gotta be more than a principal, because you don't know if that kid, his safe haven is only school. So them 9 hours he's with you.
You don't know what he's coming home to.
Yeah, you don't know if you even have a home to even go to. Or you got to go to a shelter. Or this kid sees his mom get beat up every night. You don't know that. So it's like, if I can give you something that can make your day happy by just being there for you for these 9 hours from 7 to 3, I've done my job.
Right.
So I want to do that. I'm not really sure where this podcast thing will go, but I'm having fun with it.
For sure.
You know, I'm hoping by damn near 30, I'm.
Yeah.
Come on, I think it's deserving.
Yeah.
You know, and just do things that my mom didn't have the opportunity to do, like see the world and.
Yeah.
You know, travel and.
There's so much out there.
I think I need to learn how to swim. I think that's something I need to learn.
You don't know how to swim?
No.
For real?
No. I think water's not my thing. I'm like learning how to skate right now.
Yeah.
I'm like learning things I should have learned back then. Like I'm over here falling in the skating ring, but like people were looking at me crazy. I'm over here laughing, smiling because I'm like I'm at my happiest place right now.
Yeah.
As much as I'm grieving over my mom still, I'm like at my happiest place because I'm like I'm doing things that I really genuinely want to do. Like I'm going to go play tennis like on Thursday. Like I'm doing just things that make me happy and not, no judgment zone. There must be an emergency if she keeps hitting me up. Stuff like that, but just being a great example for my cousins because I don't have siblings, so my cousins are like my siblings, and so we're all like a couple years apart, so they look up to Shai, like
that's kind of how I am too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if any other of my family members feel like this. I feel like they do because they treat me as such, but it kind of feels like I'm like the golden child of my family. Like if anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be O'Shea. Like O'Shea's gonna be the one that kind of lays down that blueprint. Family. Yeah, I got family. I don't even know his family. It's like
I'm pretty sure my mama knew y'all's family.
Yeah, I probably could walk past a Barquet in the street, not even know I did. Yeah, it get like that, And so.
Yeah, I wish I had it. I mean, my family is not from here. I'm not related to the Walkers of Seattle.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of Walkers out here, but like I'm not related to like the Joyce Walkers and them. My Walkers are from Louisiana and Arkansas. Right. That's where we from, So, but yeah. So, what is your plans for the remaining of the summer? It's getting down to the wire. What do you have? Because I see you're modeling.
Yeah.
For Memory Park, that was filthy. That video was filthy.
Shout out my guy Genesis and Gian.
Yeah.
Dope.
So yeah, you just going with the flow, or what's up?
I mean, I've always wanted to model, not because I thought I was cute or anything, but it was like I like clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I've always did. Like I said, going back to what I said a little earlier in the show. Skateboarding had a big influence on my swag. A big influence on like what I wear today and like how I get dressed. Just because like skateboarder, I feel like people don't give skaters enough credit. Like I feel like a lot of like fashion inspiration comes from skateboarders, whether people know it or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like
look at Lil Wayne.
You know what I mean? I used to be like kid back in 2006 on my skateboard. I wanted to dress like Terrell Kennedy. Like he got the baggy jeans on, the gold grill, and the chain, and the ice creams on. Like you know what I mean? I look at it. I see Pharrell in the magazine on the BMX bike. He doing this with the ice creams on, or you know what I mean? I'm looking at Rob Deerdak, one of the swaggiest white dudes I've ever seen back then. You know what I mean? Got the snapback on, the baggy tee back with the DCs on. He skateboard. I'm looking at him like he's the coolest people ever. You know what I mean? That's how I want to dress growing up.
Yeah.
Like, I would say skateboarders and like dope boys in like the early 80s and 90s and 2000s would like influence my style.
Combination. Yeah.
Crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but I think the modeling thing just happened organically. Like I've always wanted to model just because I felt like I liked good clothes, and I think I had a type of swag that everybody could appreciate, and I feel like it needed to be seen. You know what I mean? So I was like, one day I'm a model. Like it's pretty dope,
Yeah.
But it kind of just happened randomly. I think my homegirl Dede, she hit me up a while ago. This is like one of our first ever encounters. It's like 2.5 years ago. She reached out to me on Instagram, and she was like, hey, like I love your style. Like I'm a new photographer. I would love to shoot you. And I was like, let's do it. Like I didn't even think about it. I was like, let's do it. You know what I mean? And shout out to her because she was taking a big risk, just go putting herself out there and then seeing what stuck. So like I love that first. She did that and we made it happen, and we did a dope shoot. We ended up spending like 2 hours together, like somewhere in Tacoma, I don't know where, and we were just shooting, having a lot of fun, listening to music. It was dope. And what came from that is a modeling agency reaching out to me. You know what I mean? And so that was dope.
Look at you,
man. And I was like, I FaceTimed her. I think I texted her. I didn't FaceTime her, but I was like, yeah, like because of you, like doing what you did and taking initiative to reach out to me and
blessings,
showing me that love and respect. Like I got opportunities from it, and then what came from that is just like more people reaching out to me. Like more people like, can you shoot for my brand? You know what I mean? I did a photo shoot with my bro Gian from Memory Lane Park before it was called Memory Lane Park. I think it was called like Tabashi or Tabushi. Like excuse my language if I'm butchering it, but I just shooting for him and not really looking for nothing to come out of it, just doing it off like the love of, I kind of like to, model. It's just fun putting on fly clothes and taking pictures and just looking at if I can help somebody, you know what I mean? Helping them out. And so, man, people don't know, like, so my bro Gian, he went to Renton with me. We played basketball. Me and him been really close. Like, you know, I got a lot of love for him. It's like my little brother. You know what I mean? And I love what he's doing with his brand. You know, they revamped it and changed the name. And I remember he said something that stuck with me. He was like, bro, like, I started, he said I kind of had to say, excuse my language, like, fuck everybody else and do what I want to do. And when I started to do that, like, it started to pop for me with this clothing thing. You know what I mean? And it's so dope. And so, like, I'm always super grateful and appreciative when he reaches out to me, like, bro, can you do a shoot, like, with me,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And Gian always shows love. He might call me randomly, just throw me a free shirt here,
I love
give
that,
me clothes, like. And so I really think he's gonna do something, him and his team, they're gonna do something big with that. And so I'm here to support whatever that is. But yeah, that's the modeling aspect. I think I got a big season coming up.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Last season was my sophomore year. We're talking about basketball.
Yeah.
Last year was my sophomore year. I ended up getting hurt, and then I also had an eligibility issue. Like, it was some BS, but that caused me, and then my school goes by semesters, and so that caused me to miss half of my season because new grades had to post. And it wasn't because my grades were bad. I think I was like 3 credits short, and I didn't know that.
I hate that fucking rule.
Yeah, and I was like,
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
I didn't understand how. I don't know if it was like a private school thing or what, but I really didn't understand how I was 3 credits short because I'm like, I didn't fail a class or anything. Like, and so whatever that was, that I ended up missing half of the season. We had a lot of injuries, and like, the season really wasn't going how it went. And so I was given an opportunity to play 6 games and then redshirt. Yeah. And so I did that. Came back, had a great 6 games. I just came back hooping. You know, it was fun. I got the experience, and then I sat out the rest of the season. And so now I'm coming back, but that allowed me to get my year back. So now I'm gonna be a sophomore again. Yeah. I'm gonna be a little older sophomore, you know, but I'm gonna be a sophomore again.
Hey, you still grind. Yeah.
More experience, and so I think right now I'm just kind of preparing for that, trying to stay level-headed, trying to take care of my body. I've had a couple like little nagging injuries, just trying to make sure I'm coming into the season 100% healthy, where I need to be physically and mentally. And just being able to be a leader, you know what I mean, and being able to lead my team in the direction we want to go, you know what I mean? Like, we've been there. We kind of got like a older team. We know what needs to be done. And so there's just a lot of preparation going into that, just being able to step into that role and just, you know what I mean? Do what I got to do and be who I got to be for them, for us to win.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, I'm wishing you the best. You're going to do great. You know, thank you so much for, you know, tapping in with me.
Sure.
You reached out to me, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he was like, hey, look, if you just give me an opportunity. And I was like, of course.
I was like, I love your show. This is dope. We got to do it.
Yes, thank you. So I'm really excited for this episode to come out. I'm dropping everything starting in September, so
for sure,
to give me some time to edit and all that.
That's all good.
But you know, I hope people take away a lot from this episode. I feel like it was very great, open, honest. Cause I don't know where this video might go. I'm not sure. I just hope, like I said, I hope that each episode blesses somebody.
Hope the right people
that is
here,
my
sure.
only goal here, is to have fun. So yeah. His information will be at the bottom. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with him. Y'all know the ritual with me. I'm from SoundCloud to Amazon. Read between the lines because I forget every single source. Okay? You can find me anywhere. Make sure you tap in with us. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. Okay? No, don't just watch. Just subscribe it.
Show some love.
You know, hit that button. And everyone enjoy the rest of their summer. I got a lot of things coming up as well for myself. You know, I'm hoping I get a bigger position at my job, so I'm really praying on that.
You got it. God willing.
You know, having an upcoming celebration for my mom, you know, for her birthday, and then I'm having a breast cancer walk. So if you are here, you're more than welcome to come.
I appreciate that.
You know, so yeah, I'll just tap in with you guys another time, and yeah.
Storybox Audio.